Start. Okay. Uh, Thank you for accepting to be on my formative interview for my HCI class. Welcome to the interview. Can you tell me your name, age, gender, and your occupation?
Um, Hello, Yasin.
Mm-hmm.
I am Abhinav Satya Sripati, and um, I'm a male. I'm a straight male,
Mm-hmm.
and I am currently a master's student,
Mm-hmm.
studying in USA, masters in computer science to be uh,
Mm-hmm.
precise. Yeah.
What was your age again?
Um, I am 23.
So, Abhinav, tell me what's keeping you busy these days. Work, school, personal stuff. What else on your plate?
Nowadays, I have a lot of assignments to complete, a lot of projects to look for, um, and also currently I'm focusing on doing extra courses that I am planning to complete within this semester.
Mhm.
Yeah,
What exactly are you doing with the extra courses? Is there any reason for these extra courses?
the extra courses that I've planned to complete are like my favorite, uh, are things that I'm interested in.
Okay,
One thing is about Android application, and the other thing is game dev. Yeah.
awesome. Uh, so let's take a day, like let's say yesterday, for example. Did you have any, like, what did you plan to do when you woke up versus what actually happened by bedtime?
In my mind, I usually think I should wake up around 7:30 or 8 in the morning,
Mhm.
have my first cup of coffee, um, have my breakfast, and then straight up go to reading and all that stuff. But what really ends up happening is I wake up at noon, that is at 12 o'clock,
Mhm.
and drink my first coffee at
Mhm.
1. Sometimes I skip my breakfast and lunch, um,
Okay.
and I start to procrastinate and do all this stuff. Yeah.
You mentioned skipping your breakfast and lunch. Do you mean just the breakfast where you eat lunch after, or do you like skip it and directly go to dinner?
I just have my coffee and some snacks and skip directly to dinner.
Okay. Uh, so what got in the way of you actually doing the stuff that you plan to do?
Um, to be honest, it's my sleep cycle.
Okay. Let's say your sleep cycle was perfect. Would you have done those tasks?
Um, Hypothetically, I would have, but if I mean, there was a situation where I woke up early and
Mm-hmm.
I had a really good sleep cycle for a week,
Mm-hmm.
but I I didn't do anything. It's just me being procrastination pro max. Yeah.
Okay. So let's say I'm giving you a scenario question for this. So let's
Mm-hmm.
say you have a free Saturday and you need to
Mm.
do three things, which is laundry and a work assignment and calling a friend. Walk me through how that day would actually like unfold.
Uh, I'll give a I'll give you a detailed schedule.
Mm-hmm.
I wake up at I would have woke up at noon.
Mm-hmm.
I would have had my coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I would have skipped my laundry
Okay.
and then called my friend,
Okay.
and I might completely forget about my assignment for a while.
Okay.
Later, I check my phone. Then I remember, oh my god, I forgot my assignment, and then I start to do the assignment. Yeah, this has happened to me, I guess, twice. So
Okay.
yeah,
So, what determines which tasks you start with for the day?
um, I guess mm, the time I wake up at determines, I guess, because if the earlier I wake up, the more
No,
productive I
let's
feel.
say, let's
Mhm.
have a scenario where you wake up at time and you need to do all these three things. Like, how would you prioritize which one to do first, or uh, how would you prioritize? Like, I don't want to do it, or what goes behind?
Obviously, the extreme priority goes to my assignment,
Mm-hmm.
um, and the next priority goes to my friend or family members who call me.
Mm-hmm.
And laundry, I could do that another day. So yeah.
Okay. You mentioned doing laundry another day. Let's say you're running out of clothes and you still have to like get things done, and all you have to get all three of these things done in a day.
Hmm.
What would your prioritization still be? Would laundry still be at the last?
Mm, no, in that scenario, it would have been in second place. Yeah, I would
What
have
made you put that in
prioritized.
second?
Um, Maybe I could call my friend later. I thought, yeah.
Okay, that's a valid answer.
Mm.
So, tell me about the last time you had something important to do, but found yourself
Mhm.
completely doing something different.
Um, let's say last week, I had faced such problem. I had an assignment for my Android class.
Hmm.
I wasn't able to focus a lot that week on anything.
Hmm.
Um, I I spent only an hour. The rest of the time, I just wasted playing games, see movies, and all.
Hmm.
My bad. What was the question again? I forgot.
Okay. Tell me the last time you had something important to do, but found yourself doing something completely different instead, like a distracted scenario almost.
Whenever I guess the place I do work in,
Hmm.
like, depends. If I do the work in college or in a library, like I
No,
will do
I
the
think you
work
answered
for
the question
fun.
right in the first during the first time. Uh, with uh, that. Okay. So, what
Hmm.
was your thought process on doing something different? Are you getting distracted?
The the highest probability where I get distracted is when I use my laptop.
Okay.
That too when I'm around my bed. So yeah,
Is there any
I don't
specific
mean
sites or something that get you to get distracted, or could it be anything?
my my kryptonite is YouTube. So yeah,
Okay.
that's always keeping me
Mhm.
distracted.
So, when you think about everything you need to do that day, or everything you need to do in general, what really happens in your mind? Let's say you have like 10 or 20 tasks or something. What really happens in
Mhm.
your mind?
First, I get confused. I think which task I should prioritize first. I I think about them a lot, and
Mhm.
I procrastinate, thinking somehow I'm not going to do all of this. And then I just do. I don't schedule, I don't plan, I don't do
Mhm.
anything. I just do. Somehow I manage to complete the task that I have for the day. It
Let's
just
talk about your
happens.
procrastination.
Mm.
What do you really mean by procrastinate? What really happens during that thinking process?
Uh, I generally don't do the doom scrolling thing. I have luckily I have avoided getting into doom scrolling in
Okay.
Instagram or Snapchat or yeah all
Mhm.
that
No,
apps.
I'm in general asking for your definition of procrastination. What do you really
My
consider
definition,
procrastination?
the two things I do instead of doing the work, actual work, are
Mhm.
gaming and
Mhm.
uh, and YouTube. But nowadays, even while I'm gaming, I am procrastinating. I'm not concentrating while gaming. Yeah,
So your definition of procrastination is not concentrating, is that right?
yeah. I don't
Okay.
stick on to one thing. I think that is the problem.
Okay. So does this happen at specific times, or is there like a
Um,
scenario that happens where you always procrastinate, or what kind of triggers the procrastination, if that makes sense?
uh, let's imagine I work on a project or I'm self-learning a
Hmm.
course. I sit through for an hour or two. After that, I don't have the what do you say interest, I guess, to sit. So I just open a new tab. I go YouTube because I guess I have a shortcut in my browser.
Hmm.
So I just randomly open YouTube and then scroll, scroll, scroll. By the time I uh, scroll down many times, I have opened 12 to 15 tabs. I don't know how I do that. I mean, maybe it's impulsive, I guess. I have no idea. I just do it. And then voila, 2, 3 hours later,
Hmm.
I'm there without completing my work.
So I have a statement. Some people say they spend more time thinking about tasks than actually doing them. What's your experience with that?
Mm, I at starting I used to think how I should do a or how I should complete the task or multiple
Mhm.
tasks.
Mhm.
But nowadays I think I don't give myself the chance to even think.
Okay.
Maybe that is why I complete them, I guess. Yeah.
So before,
I just
so right
yeah.
now you just get things done, but before
Yeah.
you used to think. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I just do it. Yeah.
So the moment, so before, right now you just do it, but before that happened, you used to think. I want to
Mm.
know what really happens during that thinking time when you did think.
Um, Back then, I used to plan like I should spend this much hours to complete the task, have some break in between, again do that, again break. But that schedule made no sense because most of the time I was in break and for few minutes I was doing the work. So one day I thought, what is this? And
Mhm.
then I tore the schedule sheet and I threw it. I just made sure if I'm in the right mind, I will go and do it. And that's how it all started.
Mhm.
Now it's fine.
All right. So I have a scenario for you.
Hmm.
So your friend asks you to help them move to new apartment or something like that next weekend, and
Hmm.
in this scenario, you're saying yes immediately.
Hmm.
Tell me what happens between you saying yes and the actual moving day.
As you said, I would obviously say yes. But when the day has arrived,
Mm-hmm.
I would have probably forgotten for
Okay.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe others would have said they might have added it to the calendar or some kind of notes
Mm-hmm.
or sticky note, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I find adding things to a calendar or sticky note or some sort little tedious, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And also, even if I try adjusting those things in my life, I don't find them useful for some reason, because I still tend to forget. Um, yeah,
All right.
until
So
yeah,
when does it
yeah,
feel real to you? Similar to the previous question I had. Is there a certain moment where you feel uh you mentioned forgetting about it, but like when does it really hit you? I told him I had to do stuff like that. When does it actually hit you?
um, imagine I pick up my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I usually check my WhatsApp, messages, mail.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine I find the person's name in the
Mm-hmm.
contact list, and that's how I realize this guy called me. I totally left them,
Mm-hmm.
so I immediately leave. Uh, Either look for a bus or go by a car or some sort. So yeah, I try to like. Uh,
So as soon as you remember about it, it hits you. You want to get things done immediately. Is that right?
yeah, yeah.
Do you ever regret saying yes?
Mm, I don't.
Okay.
After taking the decision, I have never regretted.
Okay. So tell me about a time when you got
Mhm.
completely absorbed into something and lost track of time completely.
Um, Gaming is the best example, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when I play uh, games like Yakuza or story games in general, um, I find the world very intriguing. So when I'm playing those games, I tend to forget that I have not eaten anything. I tend to forget that I have not slept. I don't check my surroundings because I wear my headphones as well, noise cancelling headphones, I guess. So it's really hard to track the time until and unless some guy calls me a phone or visiting me in front. I don't realize that it's been really long time. Yeah.
Okay. So how is it different? So let's say gaming is a task, and you have tasks like doing laundry, or do you have tasks like doing work or like an assignment kind of thing. So what is difference? What is the difference, or like what was different compared to your regular task, which was like doing an assignment, versus you immersed in this gaming session?
uh, Gaming, like, for everything you do you get a reward, but in real life it takes a long step to get a reward. Maybe that's why I procrastinate. uh, Nowadays I've tried to incorporate gamifying things into smaller tasks. um,
Okay.
yeah.
Explain how you're gamifying things. I'm curious about that.
Imagine I am self-learning or doing some project. um, I I set a goal that I complete this task. I mean, a part of this task within an hour or two.
Mm-hmm.
I use a timer for
Mm-hmm.
2 hours. I guess it's called Pomodoro technique or timer. I
Okay.
use something like that, and I keep myself away from phone, everything,
Hmm.
and I do the work sincerely until the timer runs out.
Hmm.
Um, and then um, see, I forgot the question again. My bad. What
That's
was the
completely
question
fine.
again?
Uh,
Yeah.
I was asking you what's the difference between you doing being in a gaming session versus you doing a regular task.
I guess regular task I don't find it very intriguing. I
Mhm.
That's why I try to make it like
Mhm.
like a game. I make
You
sure
also
that I
answered the follow-up question for it, which was you gamifying the regular task, and
yeah,
you mentioned using stuff like Pomodoro. I want to
yeah,
expand on the
TLD.
Pomodoro part. So, what
Mhm.
methods or tools have you tried to be more productive? You mentioned Pomodoro. Have you tried anything else?
Unfortunately, I'm familiar with only Pomodoro technique
Mhm.
because that's what my younger sibling has showed me.
Okay.
And yeah,
And has it worked?
to some extent, yes. Uh,
Mhm.
why do I say to some extent? Because I approach to the problem or the thing that I'm currently working on very
Mhm.
slowly. That is the problem I'm facing.
So, have you tried any apps or something, or is Pomodoro the only thing you've done so far?
Um, uh, to make myself sit and do a task, I've incorporated Pomodoro, and to keep something in mind or
Hmm.
to, to remind myself,
Hmm.
I use an application called Notally,
Okay.
which stores notes like to-do lists in my
Hmm.
notification. So whenever I look, look at my phone
Hmm.
at my lock screen, I
Hmm.
just see the things that I should do, uh, and I color code it based on the um, importance, I
Hmm.
guess. So red is extreme. I have to do. I mean, it has the highest priority.
Hmm.
Um, Yellow or orange, second
Okay.
highest. Green, I could do anytime. Yeah, these two I use all the time.
Okay. So, about Notally specifically, uh,
Hmm.
is it like a calendar, a reminder, a tasks app, or what
I
does it do really? The app.
I guess it's a task slash to do list because when I have a thing to do,
Hmm.
I just add in it and it just pops in my to do list as if it was Google Keep notes.
Okay. Like, do you get notifications or something, or how does it work?
Um, when I enter the task with the color coded thing,
Hmm.
it just pops immediately. And if I want to time it, I can schedule it.
So
So
it's like a persistent notification till you get the task done.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Give me a moment.
Okay.
So you mentioned Pomodoro working sometimes, which is
Mhm.
sometimes. So what made you stop in that scenario?
Mm,
Because you don't necessarily use Pomodoro every time.
yes.
You mentioned it working
Um,
occasionally, but what made you stop?
as I've mentioned previously, sometimes uh, open a new tab. I just see YouTube symbol, I click, and that's how I waste my time randomly.
No, I'm asking specifically about Pomodoro.
No, no. When I'm practicing like this technique,
Mm-hmm.
while doing some task,
Mm-hmm.
I I sometimes forget that I'm doing this. I'm using Pomodoro. I forget
Mm-hmm.
all the thing. When I see the YouTube icon, I guess just open and I procrastinate.
So you
When the
forget.
timer runs out,
So you forget that you're using a Pomodoro app because you're distracted.
yeah, yeah,
If you had tech to do anything in the world, and let's say you can fix this Pomodoro scenario, what would you do to make it work?
I guess there is an extension which hides the YouTube videos, uh,
No, no, no.
like a
Not
recommendation.
necessarily an extension or solution that already exists. It can literally be anything.
Um,
If you had to come up with something that can make this work, what would you do?
in my scenario, if there was, I mean, in our phone, there is an focus mode, I guess, which would lock you from using those procrastinating apps which you
Mm-hmm.
select for the time period you select. I want such feature in, I guess, in desktops,
Mm-hmm.
so that I could lock myself regardless of the browser or uh, device I'm using. I can't open YouTube or any game.
Awesome. So let me ask you about the apps you use every day. So, what apps do you use daily? It could be anything.
Um, I use Gmail, Outlook, Instagram,
This
Snapchat.
this is daily apps that you use without fail every single day. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't live. Okay.
yeah. Instagram, Facebook, Reddit,
Mhm.
Discord, YouTube.
Mhm.
Did I mention Snapchat? I
I
guess not.
think so. Yes.
Snapchat,
Okay. Snapchat. Sure.
and I guess that's it.
Okay. What brings you back to those apps every single day?
Um, Definitely not the content. The problem is the recurring notifications. Like, uh, how do I say? My friends or my peer groups, they send me things, texts, videos, photos, posts that I guess attracts me, uh, and I get interested. It piques my interest,
Okay.
uh, and yeah, that's why I use those apps.
Okay. Have you ever heard of a streak? Let's say I since you use Snapchat already, have you ever had a streak in the app? And how do you feel about streaks in general?
I I I did not have a streak. I don't think I had a streak in Snapchat ever,
Mm-hmm.
because I find it a little less interesting,
Mm-hmm.
uh, because there's no reward in having a longer streak or maintaining a longer streak.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I don't maintain a streak in Snapchat.
Have you ever heard of the app Duolingo? Have you tried using it?
uh, I'm familiar with Duolingo. I have installed Duolingo, but I have never used Duolingo. It's always in my phone, but I procrastinate from using it.
Awesome. So you mentioned with streaks that it is less interesting because there is no reward in it.
Yeah.
What kind of rewards do you expect if they had to make it interesting?
Mm, um, Imagine you get some kind of um, credit based on the um, stake you have,
Hmm.
and maybe you can customize your
Like, do you want to be
application.
reminded that you did a good job or something like that? Like, what are you expecting out of it?
Maybe, maybe I am expecting some kind of appreciation or some kind of reward. I have no idea what reward can be given in Snapchat, to be honest.
Okay, awesome. So, um, I'm giving you a scenario question again.
Hmm.
So, let's say you download a new productivity app.
Hmm.
What really happens when you install a productivity app?
Um, I try to um, learn how to use the app,
Hmm.
but I don't follow their documentation because words I find words, especially long sentences, I find them very um, how do I say how do I say it dangerous. I guess I don't know how do I say it, but yeah, I find them very boring as well.
Okay,
So I go
boring.
to
Okay.
YouTube and search, and that's how I try. If I find it good,
Mhm.
I'll use them. I'll incorporate them into my productive lifestyle.
All right. So let's say you have like 10, 20 tasks you need to do, and so what do you do when you have to do like 10, 20 tasks, and what really happens in your mind when you get to know that you have like 20 tasks to do within a set period of time?
20. Okay. Let's imagine
Mm-hmm.
uh, the 20 tasks within a day,
Mm-hmm.
and so the previous day I would have not slept. I would have tried to complete at least
No, it's
some.
not the previous day thing. So let's say
Mhm.
I'm coming to you today. I'm telling you, uh, you need to do 10 or 20 tasks, and they give you like a artificial deadline. It could be anything. Could be one day, 10 day, and it could be anything. But the moment I give you the 10 tasks, what do you think about those 10 tasks?
I first get uh, frustrated because I didn't knew that I had to complete all those tasks within that period. Then, if I'm uh, less on time, I immediately get uh, started. But I know for a fact that I cannot complete all those 20 tasks within the set period.
You mentioned
So,
frustrated.
mhm.
How so? Like, do you do you think there's too much tasks? Are you getting overwhelmed, or is it just that you're unsure whether you can get things done?
I am frustrated on how I did not um, know that there was huge list of these huge
No, no,
list of
no.
things that I had to.
It
Mhm.
it could be like anything. It's not that you should have known about this. Uh, let's say like a family member comes to you and tells you you need to do 10 tasks. What is your thought process on that? It doesn't necessarily have to be something that you should have known. This is like your first time hearing about it. I'm telling you to do like 10 tasks. What really goes through your mind?
Um, I don't question, I just do it at first, but while doing, I might get angry or frustrated because all those tasks you say it at one moment, you expect to do it in set time period, but I don't know how to manage the time that I have to complete all such tasks. So I get frustrated for that, I guess.
Mhm. Okay. Um. All right. So let's try to explore uh things that you. Okay. Let's actually talk more about time perception. So you have a task and you need to do like it could be a week or something. When does the task become real to you? Like when does a deadline become real to you?
Um, Imagine you are my
Mm-hmm.
professor. You gave me around 6 days, 6 days to complete a work.
Mm-hmm.
I would have wasted 3 days, um, to be honest, and
Mm-hmm.
then I would have started doing the work
Mm-hmm.
2 days prior to the like deadline. Yeah, that's when I realized, oh my god, I have to complete this, or else I would have to pull an
What
all
really
nighter.
changes then on the first 3 days versus the last 2 or 3 days?
First 3 days, I feel like okay, we have 3 more days, or 4 more days. We can complete some other time because I feel like that. And then when the deadline gets near,
Mhm.
I feel like oh my god, I have wasted all the time. I could have used
Mhm.
all the time to complete this way back, and I could have played or watched series. Now I would have
Mhm.
been stress free. That's how I think. I know that's
The
uh,
I could have scenarios pretty much
yeah, yeah,
after that is done. Okay.
yeah.
So tell me about your relationship with boring tasks but necessary tasks like emails, paperwork, or your daily chores.
As for emails, I check to 2 days once or 3 days once because I find checking mails uh, very boring because all those things have just words, and I find words very um, um, boring or not interesting. Yeah, and for what was the other thing again? My bad.
It could be anything, just necessary tasks. Email, paperwork, even your daily chores.
Daily chores.
Like what makes you
Uh,
do them pretty much. Like,
if I'm hungry, I
okay.
go make something. Like
Hmm.
basically, the moment I want something, I just do it. I
Okay.
don't
So
make
it's like
it
avoid
beforehand.
until crisis pretty much.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I have another scenario question for you. So let's
Mhm.
say you need to write a 5 page report. You have 2 weeks. What really
Mhm.
happens?
2 weeks, you say. For the first week, I would have, like the whole week, I say, I would have tried to gather resources from any um, place in internet, and then I would have tried to ask things from my fellow peers,
Mhm.
um, my seniors, and friends from other department or other places, and then I put them all in one place, and then I procrastinate, and I would have done the work on second week because the deadline is near.
All
Yeah.
right. Awesome. So in general, you plan it accordingly, or in the would you have a scenario where you'd not do it for the first week and just focus on the next week or something?
If there was a plan, imagine if there was a plan where I had uh, thought of going somewhere or doing something. I generally procrastinate till it's the last moment, I guess. In such scenarios, I like waste my time. I don't even utilize. If there are multiple tasks, multiple things that I have to do,
Mhm.
both in my personal life and my academics,
Mhm.
that is where I struggle. I guess that is where I am not able to properly plan.
Okay. Um, how accurate are you when estimating how long things will usually take?
I don't think I'm accurate at all. Um, I just estimate things, and if I do, things don't end within the time. So I kind of feel it's a feeling that if I do this thing, uh,
Mhm.
if I think about this thing, and it will happen in this time, set time period, it will not happen. So I just
Okay.
do things on a whim, I guess.
Give me a recent example when you're wrong, like you're mentioning in this scenario.
Um, Recently, I had a assignment where they made us do a demo application, which the professor gave instructions very clearly for, which I I completed. I thought I completed within, 2 days prior.
Hmm.
So when I came back from some place I had to go, I checked my project. I ran it. It did not work. Um, I did not check my resources properly. When I asked someone, they just saw 5 minutes, just 5 minutes. They saw it properly, and then there was a really tiny mistake that I did. Um,
All
Again,
right.
what was the question?
It was a recent example where you were completely wrong about estimating how long things will usually take.
Yeah, I said this example because I thought I screwed up big time,
Hmm.
because the whole UI, the whole logic of how things store in database did not work properly. If I had given a look properly at the code which I wrote, I would have completed it within 5 minutes. But
Hmm.
I estimated how long it took, very wrongly.
Okay. Tell me about the last time you finished something ahead of schedule.
Um, for the first semester and throughout my first and second semester, I think I was extremely punctual. Punctual as in, I would have completed in
Yeah, getting
prior
things done in
to.
time. Yeah. Hmm.
Mm, yeah, but I feel, um, thanks to the number of holidays that I get, I feel like from my second semester I started procrastinating a lot, and
What was the
now.
difference between the first semester when you're getting things done versus the second semester or like third semester when you were procrastinating a lot? What was the difference?
During my first semester, I guess I didn't know much. I had to work a lot, work harder. During my second semester, I got to know how things work. I got my seniors' contact. They helped me academic wise. So second semester um, went smoothly. Third semester, I know how everything works now, except in academic wise, yeah.
Hmm.
But outside social life, I am still struggling to. In my academic life, this has,
No, I'm just asking about the last time you did something ahead of time. I think you answered that question pretty well.
yeah.
Okay. So, when you do successfully complete tasks,
Mhm.
what specific conditions are there that make you finish tasks? like right on time?
Mm, uh, if the topic is what I'm interested in,
No,
or hmm,
when you complete tasks,
hmm,
what are like the conditions that made you finish the task?
yeah, like
Like, is was there like a
the
deadline? Was there someone watching over you? Like,
um, so I tend to complete the task earlier when I like to do that specific task, um, like um, like cooking. I like cooking, so I make very early, extremely early.
so you have
And
interest, you mean?
interest, yeah. If I'm
Okay.
interested in, I tend to do it early.
So I have another scenario question for you. Let's say you can you can record yourself for a day. What would surprise you the most about how you spent your time?
Um, if I would record myself in that scenario, uh, I might find myself sitting in front of my laptop the whole day, sometimes doing my work, sometimes watching YouTube. I would see uh,
Hmm.
how much hours I'm sitting on a chair instead of going out, meeting people, going out for a walk. And yeah,
Right. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much does the stuff we've talked about so far
hmm
impact you in your daily life?
um, as in the things I have spoken here, like
Hmm.
how much of these are
Is
to,
impacting you in
to,
your
to
daily life?
Mhm. I guess almost everything happens till this day.
Mhm.
Um, but I am trying to be better.
No, on a scale of 1 to 10,
Hmm.
the stuff we've
Scale
talked
of
about so far, like you mentioning your procrastination and stuff like that, does it affect you in your day-to-day life? And if it affects you, on a scale of 1 to 10, what number would you give?
um, I guess 7.5, around 7.5 or 8.
Okay. So what changes would you need to make to lower that number?
Um, Firstly, I would try to uh, fix my sleep schedule because that is the main thing affecting it. And then probably the room or the place I'm now at, I would go to a place where the vibe is like productive. Go to a such place. Mm, because I think in a library I would have not procrastinated because everybody else is not.
Okay.
Mm.
So if you had a magic wand and you
Mhm.
can change one thing about how you approach tasks, what would it be?
In a hypothetical scenario, I would have like structured like how productive people structure their tasks just using calendars, to-do list,
No, this
reminders.
is like a completely imaginary scenario. You could do anything, whatever you want. You if you can solve your procrastination, what would you do?
Mm, I if okay, let's think like this. I would try to make everything gamified for every work I do. Imagine I do this task. If I do a part of this task, I get little reward. If I complete the whole task, I get a bigger reward. Something like that. Maybe that will help. Or yeah, maybe that will help.
Okay. All right. Anything else about getting things done that frustrates you that we haven't covered so far?
Hmm. Nothing that I don't think of.
All right, that's all the questions I have for you today. Thank you for taking your time and showing up today.
Thank you.
Right. Have a good day.
You too.